Hello guys, my name is David Fields and welcome back to Fieldskills. In today's video, it's going to be another installment in our shelter series of videos where we're going to take a rectangular canvas tarp and create a shelter, two or three shelter configurations out of that you can use in the woods, maybe for a little bit longer term scenario. But let us readjust the camera and we'll get right to this rectangular canvas shelter tarp setup. Okay guys, what we're going to use today is a painter's canvas drop cloth. This is a 9-foot by 12-foot canvas drop cloth. You can get it at any Lowe's, Home Depot, hardware store. Very lightweight canvas that we're going to create our own tarp out of today, because we don't have grommets in these canvas pieces of material. But we're going to create our own tie-out point, and I'm going to show you how to do that. But like I said, this is a 9 foot across by 12-foot canvas tarp. And what we've done is created 21 tie-out points. We've created 4 down each side, which is 16 around the edge, places to tie out. Then we've run 3 more in the middle, both ways, half of the 6 foot this way and 4.5 foot this way. Created 3 across here. Then I've got a tie out point here and a tie out point midway to the back this way. So that creates 21 tie-out points and gives us a lot of flexibility in how we can configure this shelter setup. Now I'm going to get the camera in closer and let's show you exactly how we created these tie-out points today. Okay guys, I'm going to show you how we created the tie-out points, and I'm going to use this last corner to show you that. First thing we do to create this tie-out point is I take a little piece of bank line, about yay long, through that, and what I'm going to do is tie an overhand knot to make a slip knot in this end of the rope. As you can see, let me get it behind this. Just a neat simple slip knot that we can slide up or down. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other end. Create another 2 slip knots on each end of this little piece of number 36 bank line. So now I've got, let me get to 2 slip knots on each end. What I'm going to do, you can use anything. I'm going to use a marble. You can see right there, just a simple marble. You can use a smooth stone you find in a creek out there. Buttons may work. Anything smooth that won't punch through the canvas. But I'm going to take this and put it under the bottom and just cinch that up around the canvas, around that marble. Then I'm going to take the first loop, go around there and just cinch it down under that, get it good and tight, and that bank line just tightens down, and that tar on it just causes it to stick, and it'll stay there forever. Then I take my other loop and put it around it. Do it the same way, get it in there, tighten it down, and give them both a good twist. And now we've got, as you can see, a tie-out point right there. And we did that for all 21 of the tie-out points there. Now you could create another 4, make it 25 tie-out points in here and have even more. There you may find some of your tie-out points you don't need through it, but you can, by using this, you can put a tie-out point anywhere that you want on this canvas. So that's real simple, just a couple slip knots around that marble or something smooth to allow that canvas to grab around that will not puncture the canvas. And you're ready to tie this tarp out, stake it out, do whatever you want to with it. Alright guys, I've got my tarp laid up. This is going to be the front, the opening to our tarp, and that's going to be our staked out point or the back of the tarp. And we're using the 12-foot length here, 9 foot wide across there. So we want the length going, the longer section of the tarp going back here, and the shorter sections to be the back and the front of our tarp. So what we're going to do is just, I've cut some stakes, some wooden stakes. We're going to begin right back here. Here is our middle tie-out point at the back. And we're just going to take one of our stakes. Okay, alright, we've staked out the 3 inside tie-out points here at the back. We're going to leave these corners unstaked down because they're going to end up folding in up under and give us a dry space to store some of our stuff. But what we're going to do next is come around here to our corners, and we're going to bring this corner in and line it up with that second stake back there. The stake on the right, pull it out tight and stake it down right here. And we're going to do the same thing with this corner. It's lined up there. We're going to slide it over and stake it out, line right up with that outside stake at the back. Now, as you can see, we can take our middle and raise that up, and gives us almost 12 feet going back there of inside space, and gives us an opening here. So let's stand our pole up and show you how to tie that off and raise this up and lock it in place. Okay. As you can see, I've just got a slip knot tightened up on there to anchor it to the top of this pole and run my guy line out. Okay guys, what I've done is run my pole through the guy wire right here. Just through the loop and get it about where it'll set, and raised it up. It's going to hold on that. Once you get tension, it's going to lock into the bark of that tree. Get it set where I want, and I've got my guy wire tied off here. So I'm going to come back here to my stake I've already put into the ground and just tie this off. Now we've got our guy wire tied off. Our tarp is lifted up, raised up here, and you can see our opening. Now, we can take this back corner that's not staked down and fold it in there. Same thing with the other corner. And this will give us inside a dry space. Grab a couple extra stakes, and we could stake all of these points out, but for demonstration we'll just take this one, pull it out, and stake it down, doing the same thing on the other side. Right there. Pull this middle stake out down the side, or middle tie-out point I should say, down the side. And now our tarp is open and ready. We would probably want to stake these down a little tighter if you're going to set it up for night, and even the possibility I think I mentioned earlier of putting 2 guide wires out here to really stabilize that. But your tarp is set up now, ready to go. You've got an opening in the middle, and you've got plenty of room back in there with these flaps, and I'll show you inside in just a minute. Folded in, there's dry space back here to put your clothes, your bag, your things, but you've got a lot of room inside this rectangular canvas tarp shelter. Okay guys, as you can see, there's a lot of room in there. 2 people could sleep easily, one on this side length, one down that side through that, but this setup creates just a lot of room in this shelter. If we can go back, we can see back across that back is our canvas laid in. We could tie up there. And then I wanted to show you one other point to this. As you notice, we've got a tie-out point here, one right there in the middle. We've got a tie-out point here, one right there, and one on the other side. And so if you've got some sag in there, you've got options with all of these tie-out points. As you can see, I've tied a piece of paracord to it. I could tie this up to another pole at the back to pull that up higher. I could tie it off to a tree that's behind the shelter. We could tie out each way to open it up, give more headroom in there. So with all of these tie-out points, you've got a whole lot of options to set this tarp up and to make adjustments to suit your needs. We could also take a simple stick, go in there and create another pole, ridge pole. See if I can get back there to hold that up. So see, you've got another pole giving you more headroom. So a lot of options you've got with a rectangular tarp shelter and a lot of room. Remember, this is going 12 feet back there, so you can get deep in there to sleep, have your fire out front. Just a lot of options with this one. Now we're going to modify this setup here to create another configuration that allows us to close the doors off on the front. And so let's readjust the camera and we'll make that change here in just a minute. Okay guys, we've got our configuration set up here, and if you'll remember, we lined, this is the corner of our tarp, and we lined it up with that back stake. What we're going to do with this next configuration is remove these stakes right now. We'll go on and pull our ridge pole, because I'm going to show you another way to use this. Alright, and here is our other corner. We're going to remove that stake. Alright, so, the same way we started out last time, we brought this corner to the middle. This time we're going to go down the side, one tie-out point, and bring it right here, staking it down in line with that outside about that. And we're going to do the same thing over here. Here was our corner that we lined up. This time we're going to drop back one space, line it up, and stake that down. In line. Okay. Now when we raise this up, in just a minute, as you can see, we've got doors that will close in and allow us to close this off at night, having doors in here. We lose some of our room at the front, but we still got plenty of room to sleep and to hold our gear in there. And we're going to set this front up a little different way this time. So, okay guys, as you can see, I've got my two A-frame poles set up here. One base down there, one base here. I measured it out that I want it attached right here in the middle. And what I'm going to use is a timber hitch to attach these poles. A timber hitch, wrap these. I won't frap them like you would a tripod or something, but we're going to start with a timber hitch, wrap this around, and then stand this shelter, tarp shelter up. So okay, what we're going to do first is take just a bite or make a loop of our paracord here, and I'm just going to twist it about 5-6 times. And I'm going to go around, right here is where I want. I'm going to go around and under. Pull this through. And that's going to tighten down on itself, that timber hitch. Then I'm just going to make a couple, not real tight, back and forth over here, because when we stand it up, it's going to tighten itself. We'll make one more, cross over, come through, and come up between that X, and create that clove hitch. Now I could take this, tie it off here. I think I'll just, let's see, we'll make one of those slip knots. Put it right around there and let it tighten down on the pole point. Now let's back it up and we'll stand this thing up. Okay, I also attached my guy wire here that we're going to stake this down. Now what we want to do is just stand these two up, just like this. As you can see, adjust them. And then I can come with my guy wire and come back here. And tie that off. That gives me tension there. Now as you can see, we've got doors on this that we can come in here. Just tie these off simply. Here, maybe even put a stake down here in the front. Simple one just to tie those down. But now we have taken this tarp shelter and created doors. Privacy, cold weather or something, you've got room in there. Again, we want to take these corners, fold them in, under there. Same thing down that side, and we've also got the option to pull this up and tighten it. But with this A-frame, as you can see, you've got access in and out of this thing without a pole, a ridge pole in the middle. Plus you've got doors in this configuration. Let me just, and then during the day you want to open it up, just tie these off somewhere like this. Wrap it around here. There we go. Off this way. Fold it back in on itself. Now, let's take a look. That shelter. Still got a lot of room in here. Inside we could use these tie-outs to open this up if we wanted, but plenty of room to sleep in here. Less room than that first configuration, but we've got the doors that will close up at night. So a lot of options with these, and with all these various tie-out points and what you can do with a tarp shelter like this. So you know, it's a thing I've said on other videos. Take something like this, get out into the woods, have fun, play around with it, see what you can come up, what you can create, which configurations work best for you with a rectangular canvas tarp shelter. As I end all of my videos, my name is David Fields, and you've been watching Fieldskills, but I end those videos with a quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson, where Emerson said, "Life is not a destination. Life is a journey." So I ask you to join us next time as we journey to self-reliance here in the great outdoors. I'm David Fields. You've been watching Fieldskills.